Good evening. Welcome in another edition of Full Throttle Talk here. Just quick recap on Iowa. Looking at the point standings as we get closer to the chase. Going to be real quick with this one due to the storms that have been blowing through up here in Columbus. I don't want the internet to go out midstream, as has happened before, even without storms. So let's see where we can get through. Iowa was okay, and that's about all it was. There was a ton of stuff going on in the O'Reilly's Auto Parts Series. Truck Series was off this weekend. Cup Series was pretty much what the Cup Series has been for at least the past couple of weeks, if probably longer, if I really go back and think about it, where if you don't get positions on the restart, you're probably not getting any. Something has to be done. Something has to be fixed. I know they're working on it, but it's getting pretty boring when NASCAR is just kind of follow the leader, and you can catch the leader, but you can't pass the leader. And it's not supposed to be easy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should just be able to drive up to him and go around him. That's not at all what I'm saying, but it has to be some passing going on. Seemed like after about 3 to 4 or 5 laps, it just seemed like everything was settled out. You'd have some passes here and there when somebody made a mistake, got loose, whatever. But NASCAR's going to have to figure it out pretty soon. I know they're trying some different things. They're trying different things coming up when we get to Daytona. They've done it this year with the horsepowers on the small tracks. They keep trying different tires to provide more fall off. So we'll see where it heads. But right now, luckily, we're going to Richmond this coming weekend, and Richmond is a really, really good race. So we'll see how Richmond plays out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Auto Parts Series, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Carson Kvapil, I've mentioned him. I mean, super uber talented kid. Hadn't won a race in 63 starts, won Indianapolis, turned around, and wins Iowa. So 2 in a row. Momentum is huge in this sport. So congrats to him. It was a little luck. I won't lie. A little luck involved there with some late caution restarts, 2 overtimes. But Carson Kvapil is just a hell of a driver that we're going to keep our eyes on. I'd expect in the next year or two that kid's going to be in the Cup Series if he's not there next year for sure. So we'll keep an eye on him. But it looked like Ross Chastain was going to take this, but near the end, Jeb Burton spun around and caused a caution, which caused a restart. And on the next restart, Chastain spun his tires. And when he spun his tires, Carson Kvapil took the lead from him, and that was pretty much that. He only led 9 laps in the race, but again, as long as you lead the last lap, doesn't matter what you do the rest of the race. But during that restart, Brent Cruz wound up getting slid sideways into Ryan Sieg, which triggered an 8-car accident, which required another restart. Justin Allgaier was collected one of the best ones that I always predict to win these races because he's that good, and that started the second overtime, and the race then went from 250 scheduled laps to 260. The final restart, he just beat Raja Carruth off the start, or at least beat him to the line. He just led the rest of the laps and beat his teammate at JR Motorsports, Junior Motorsports, Raja Carruth by 0.3 of a second. William Sawalich was third, and Chastain did recover after spinning his tires and losing spots to finish 4th. Just some key storylines. Justin Allgaier, I told y'all, he won stage 2, led the most laps, and then the late strategy kind of put him behind, and then the crash, of course, regulated him to a 24th place finish. Justin Allgaier has nothing to worry about. He's safe. Ryan Sieg, who started from the pole, led 65 laps. He was in that late incident, as I mentioned. Chastain, 63. So it was pretty spread out, but you can see, when you're talking 260 laps, you take 80, 60, and 60. That's 220 right there. So there's only 40 laps to spread out amongst the rest. And we know Quapple led 9. So call it, 230. There's only 30 laps to spread out over the rest of the field. So as is becoming the norm in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, whereas the Cup cars have problems passing, the O'Reilly Series just likes to run into each other. 12 cautions, which tied the record for Iowa. With Junior Motorsports, they're the dominant team down there. Quapple, Caruth, and Chastain were all in the top 4. William Sawalich finished 3rd. He's in a tie with Brent Cruz. We'll get into that in a minute here. So we'll run through the top 10 real quick. We're going to go Carson Quapple, Raja Caruth, William Sawalich, Ross Chastain, Sheldon Creed finished 5th, Nick Sanchez 6th, Taylor Gray 7th, Dean Thompson 8th, Harrison Burton got up to a 9th place finish. Good run for Harrison and Dean Thompson, to be honest. And Brennan Poole came in 10th place. As I mentioned, your race recap is pretty much 3 cars dominated the race and 1 snuck in with the right timed caution and took it. So that's pretty much your race strategy there. That was your finishing order. Jump over to the point standings and bring this up. Excuse me. As you can see, Justin Allgaier, he's already locked up the regular season title. Carson Quapple with his hot streak is now 2nd. Sheldon Creed is 3rd. Jesse Love, Corey Day, Brandon Jones, Austin Hill, Sammy Smith, Parker Retzlaff, Sam Mayer, William Sawalich, and Brent Cruz are tied for the final position. And if you look up at the top, you'll see that there's 1 race left. They're off this week and next week, and then their final race is at Daytona, where anything can happen. So you look at probably, in all honesty, probably from 15th up, Ryan Sieg would have to win the race, even then he can't get there because you can only get 76 points. He's 84 back. So let me just back that up and just say Caruth and Roger Caruth and Taylor Gray have a shot to upend Sawalich and Cruz. So that's going to be what you're going to watch for when the O'Reilly Series jumps back on the track in a couple weeks. Go get through that. So that's our take on the O'Reilly Series. Like I said, little crazy. Now let's jump into the Cup Series. Man, I can't get that tickle. So, Ty Gibbs, Toyota. That's all you really need to say. They didn't qualify well. Ty Gibbs qualified decently, pretty good actually. But a lot of the Toyotas, like Hamlin was in the back. There was a bunch of Toyotas in the back. But, man, once the race started, they came. And they came on fast. It was Ty Gibbs won the race, beat his teammate, Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Bell tracked him down, but just couldn't get around him. As I mentioned, it's so hard to pass. I mean, Bell probably could have bumped him a little bit to get him a little loose and out of the groove, but being teammates, even though Joe Gibbs is one that is, more like, hey, when the pay window's open, it's go time. But Christopher Bell's not that kind of driver. He's not one that's going to wreck a teammate or pretty much anybody for the win. Just not that kind of guy. But poor Christopher Bell, 7 runner-up finishes this year, 7 second-place finishes. And Gibbs really got control on the last green flag pit cycle, which went pretty much all the way. Went 2 tires versus 4, and that was the difference. Everybody took 4, he took 2, And that's where everybody thought Christopher Bell was going to get him, because tires did matter, but they wound up not mattering enough for Christopher Bell. Gibbs wound up winning by 0.25. So round up 0.3, same as the O'Reilly series. Ty Gibbs' second victory, much like Carson Kvapil. We'll look at the point standings. We have some movement with some people having good days and bad days. The afternoon, to be honest, pole sitter was Ryan Blaney. From start to finish of stage one, led every lap, led all 70 laps, and led a race high 129 out of 350. Christopher Bell took over in the second stage. He led 108 laps. Gibbs had a slow pit stop early. They had some issues, but he led the final 20 laps. Again, lead the last lap and you win the race. So as long as you can keep yourself in contention, anything can happen. You want some of the major storylines that went through. Lap 4, Tyler Reddick was second in points coming into this race. Lost it, got loose, and slid up and collected Eric Jones, and both drivers were out. Reddick finished, I think, last, and Jones finished second to last. Shane Van Gisbergen, another one who's right there on the cut line, spun, didn't have any damage, though. Bubba Wallace looked really good, led 35 laps, and then was caught speeding on pit road. And I'll be honest, there's no arguing it from them. If you watch the in-car cameras, he's right in front of Ryan Blaney when they come down pit road. And pit road is the same speed for everybody. And you can see Wallace start pulling away from Ryan Blaney. So he's speeding. And you can see him kind of slow down almost abruptly a little bit and realize I screwed up. But that happens. That's why this is the drivers at fault sometimes. The pit crews are at fault sometimes. It's a team effort. So we'll see what happens. Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman, Hendrick drivers, were both in a 4-wide crash on lap 149, putting Larson in 33rd position, 18 laps behind. It's not like Larson to not win a race in a year. Now, I know Chevrolets have struggled. Fords have struggled. Well, everybody has struggled if you're not named Toyota. But this is an odd struggle. Elliott's won a couple of races. So I'm trying to figure out what's up with Larson. Is there something's just wrong? Not saying it's anything major. Could just be they can't get a handle on the car. And it's just that simple. We'll find out. Richmond is coming up, like I said. So we'll see. But I know as dominant as the Toyotas have been, don't let the Fords and Chevys figure it out going into the chase, because that could be a problem. So we'll see how it plays out. Top 10. Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell, teammates, followed by Ryan Blaney and Josh Berry, kind of teammates. Josh Berry's cars are built in the Penske shop. They have an affiliation, the Wood Brothers, with Penske, so kind of teammates. Oh, look at the next two, 5 and 6. Teammates, Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe. So all 4 Joe Gibbs racing cars were 1, 2, 5, and 6. I'm telling you, the Toyotas have got something nobody else does right now. 7th, Ross Chastain. Good run for him in both races this weekend. 8th, AJ Allmendinger. That came kind of out of nowhere. I don't even remember him finishing 8th. Good run by Allmendinger there. Solid. William Byron, 9th, and Austin Dillon, 10th. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4. You had 4 Toyotas, 2 Fords, and 4 Chevys. So pretty spaced out. But when you watch the race, if you go back in the live recap, the live replays on YouTube on the NASCAR channel, if you go back and watch the thing, you can tell that at the end, the Toyotas were just better. Really, really excited for Josh Berry, my driver. It's a great finish. I know he's leaving the Wood Brothers after this season, but that is a great run for that team. shows that it's there. He's gotten involved in a lot of stuff that wasn't his fault this year. So we'll see. But I'm really glad to see that team running well. Remember, Wood Brothers is the oldest team in NASCAR. They've been here since the beginning, and they're the only ones that have been here since the beginning. So shout out Josh Berry and the Wood Brothers. Blaney and Bell, by far, were the dominant cars. But again, it takes execution from everybody. And Ty Gibbs, his crew chief, made the call. Shout out his crew chief. I forgot his name. Let me see. Tyler Allen. Give him a shout out because he made the call that ultimately won that race. So that was your Cup Series and finishing order. Let's go look at the point standings for the Cup Series. The Cup Series has 3 races remaining. The last one's Daytona. This weekend's Richmond, and I believe it's Bristol. Let me verify that real fast. But I think it's Richmond, Bristol, Daytona, which is get your money's worth, people, because it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. Where is the schedule? Okay, let's go this way. It's definitely going to be something that's going to be must see. Richmond. Oh no, I'm sorry. Richmond, Daytona. So we're going to go short track, mega super speedway. So we're going to definitely sort this out. So 3 races remaining. You look at, like I said, you can get 76 points if you win everything, win both stages, win the race, and have the fastest lap. So 76. Here's your top 16 in this series make it. Top 12 in the O'Reilly series make it. Denny Hamlin still leading the points. Still hasn't locked up the regular season title. This weekend's run really helped him though. Ty Gibbs of that win leapfrogs Ryan Blaney. Ryan Blaney leapfrogs Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick went from 2nd to 4th in this week's standings. But you look. Denny is probably going to win the regular season title. He's roughly 100 points above Ty Gibbs in 2nd. Granted, 76, call it 75. 75, 75, and 75 is 225. Yeah, I think. 140. Yeah, 225. I had to do quick math, sorry. So there's a chance. But you're going Hamlin, Gibbs, Blaney, Reddick, Briscoe, Bell, Chase Elliott, Hocevar still hanging around there. Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson still right there in 10th. He got 103 lead to the cut line. William Byron is creeping down towards that cut line. Daniel Suarez, Joey Logano, Bubba Wallace, and Shane Van Gisbergen. And then Austin Cindric is your 16th place driver, 29 points ahead of Ryan Preece, Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, and Eric Jones. I only went the top 20 here. So Eric Jones in 20th is 58 points behind the cut line. Brad's 48, Ross is 47, and Preece is 29. So a good run, top 10, top 5 run from either of those, any four of those 4, and a bad run, 30th finishing position or worse for anybody from probably Logano back is going to hurt, but Bubba Wallace, Shane Van Gisbergen, and Austin Cindric would be hurt really bad. So we'll keep an eye on that with the 3 races coming. Gonna be an interesting race to the bottom. And then just because we haven't talked about them, they didn't run last week, let's go ahead and bring up the Truck Series. The Truck Series is it's a weird series because they take a lot of breaks. Look at their series. They only take the top 10. They have 2 races left, which I believe they are. Let's see. I should be Richmond in New Hampshire. Yeah, they don't race at Daytona this time. I think they might go back to Daytona. No, they don't. So they've got Richmond and New Hampshire this week and next week with the Cup Series, while the O'Reilly Series is off. So Lane Riggs sitting in first, 2 races left, hasn't clinched, but is real close. He's got a 100-point lead. Lane Riggs is probably going to clinch the regular season title this week, to be honest. Caden Honeycutt, Chandler Smith, Christian Eckes, Giovanni Ruggiero, good run from that team. Ty Majeski, always a threat if he gets in, which he should. Ben Rhodes, same. Grant Enfinger, same. Daniel Hemrick and Stuart Friesen. And then your cut line's 8, 32, 42, 40. So you can go all the way back to, say, 17th in this series. And that's Corey Heim. I don't know that Corey Heim is running any more Truck Series races this year, but he's only ran a part-time schedule, and he's 17th in points. That tells you all you need to know about Corey Heim. Tanner Gray, Justin Haley, Brendan Queen, Andreas Perez de Lara, Jake Garcia, and Tyler Ankrum are all still in it. Everybody below them is pretty well out. I mean, granted, there's 150 points you could get, but 113 points back, you're probably not going to be able to catch the cut line, because those guys are going to be earning points as well. So that's where the truck stands with their 2 races left. I wanted to go back and look at this real quick, the O'Reilly Series. So, if I didn't mention it, Allgaier has already locked up the series. But on here, yeah, I did, because Carruth and Gray. Yeah. So those are really the only 2 left, and we'll see what happens. Daytona's Daytona, man. One wrong move by somebody will take out everybody. So by no means are Carruth and Gray eliminated, but they have to run very, very, very well, and probably hope Cruz and Sawalich struggle. So we'll see what happens when they get to Daytona in a couple of weeks. Love Daytona. Think it's fun. Waiting really to see the new package NASCAR is putting in play for the Cup cars with the lower spoiler and stuff. Going to see how all the different changes are going to affect cars. So we'll definitely talk more about that as we get closer to Daytona. So other than that, hope everybody has a good evening. If you look above, you would see all of the channels scrolling across from the WTP, from WTP Sports. All of our channels are scrolling up there. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. Please, helps us all out. Let us know what content you want. We have a website, WTPSportsDudes.com. Go check out the website and drop your emails. There's an email link. You can email us and we'll talk about your topics. Comment on the videos when you're on. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're from. Other than that, we'll be back again tonight in roughly a little bit over an hour. We'll be doing some college football talk, revealing our safety rankings for 2026. So hopefully everybody can tune back in. You can catch it right here on my channel on YouTube. And we will get into it. We're getting close. So everybody have a good evening, and we will catch y'all in a little while.